Right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. I am completely excited to have this presentation on a company by the name of Verse Network. Verse is currently in pre-launch with the official launch planned for around September. And there's a lot of things I like about this company, and just to list a couple of them here. The owner of the company, his name is Bryce. He's actually pretty well known in the network marketing circles. And he actually has connection to the two people that are going to be presenting to us tonight. Bryce continues to be very active, very visible. I've seen him on numerous calls already. And the company provides transparency to their trading, to view their live trading. And if you contribute 10K to trading, they'll actually give you access to copy trading in your own broker account, which is really cool. They pay daily, and you can withdraw daily if you actually want to. So that's really cool. So many things to like, and I don't really want to say too much more. I want to leave that to the two experts here, Darren and Ari. We have these two amazing leaders presenting to us today, and I'm really excited to have them here, and I really appreciate you guys being here. And Darren and Ari are actually business partners, both in network marketing and their marketing and sales training platform, which is called Black Ops Underground. Ari's been an entrepreneur all his life and has been in this space for 34 successful years. Darren has been an entrepreneur just as long and has had a passion for personal development all of his life. He now channels that personal development, that passion, and helping young entrepreneurs transform their lives using the same principles that he learned along his journey. So without further ado, I will let you two gentlemen run with it. Darren and Ari, thank you very much for joining us today. Take her away.
Fantastic.
Hey, thank you.
Brian, first of all, I just want to chat a little bit here real quick. Guys, what I want to share with you really is that if you really want to go into seven figures, multiple seven figures, and eight figures, you really have to understand the power of relationships. And I think that, if a lot of people don't really understand how to really roll out or grow an international network, but it really has to do with personal development. And that's the reason that it's been a parallel path for me during my entire career in network marketing, is because the very first presentation that I ever went to my whole life, the guy was making about $65,000 a month. Now, keep in mind, this was over 30 years ago. And what happened was,
Hold up.
What happened was that at the very end of the presentation, I went up to him because there was like, everybody just kind of left, and here's this guy sitting on stage just making $65,000 a month, and I'm like, what the heck? Nobody's even talking to this guy. So I went up to have a chat with him, and I said, what is the secret? Like, how do you get to this type of income per month? And he goes, come here, Darren. And he leans forward like he's going to whisper, right? And he goes, you know what? The secret is so simple that most people don't get it. And I said, well, what is it? And I'm like leaning in, right? Like for the thing. He says, the secret to success is the journey to the stage. Okay. And, because when you're on stage, you obviously have an audience, right? Which is really the key. And all those people that are coming to the room are inviting people in to hear you. So anyway, just a little bit of background here. Ari and I have quite a history. We've followed each other for quite some time in multiple different programs, whether they're passive or, crypto, Forex deals, all sorts of stuff. We have had a lot of respect for each other over the years, but we never actually worked together. And this one particular time, I had just rolled out a campaign. This industry really is about timing, just so you know. So I had just rolled out a campaign, and it had huge success. It generated about $25,000 in the first 4 days. And I took it to Ari, and it just happened to be the right time for him. And we end up locking arms. He piggybacked off that same campaign. And in the first 35 days, we made almost $250,000. So ever since then, we've been, like literally like brothers. So I'm going to hand it off to Ari. He's a phenomenal top leader in the industry, and take it away, Ari.
Hey guys, how are you today? You guys hear me? All right, so let me do this. I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm going to break down verse for you real fast. I apologize, guys. It's awful early in the morning for me. I was up late last night. I am in the Philippines, but I am an American. I live here. My wife is from here, and I absolutely love this part of the world, except for in the mornings, because Darren's always bugging me in his evenings till way, in the afternoon when I'm waking up. So it's a little tough. But guys, let's talk about verse. Obviously, verse is the newest thing that we're promoting. And guys, let me just back up and tell you real quick. I wasn't promoting anything. I actually been offline since the beginning of 2018 into 2017. I literally walked away from the space. I kind of got fed up with the direction we were going in. I saw a lot of scams come out, a lot of things that I just didn't like in the industry. And I walked away, and I typically stay away from programs like this. I'll tell you that up front. But one of the guys who's the master distributor for this company is somebody that I'm really good friends with. He's actually a Polish guy. And for about, I don't know, 7 or 8 years, I worked with a bunch of Polish guys, did a lot of work with them online. We made a lot of money together. Paul is part of that group. Mateus is another one. Like there's a few guys, that I'm really close with from Poland that, we made a lot of money together. And Paul reached out to me and said, Ari, I want to show you something. And I think it's something you want to peek at. And I had kind of swore off programs like this, but when he came and he showed me what it was and how it worked and the transparency behind it, I was pretty impressed. Okay, so that is Verse Network. Okay, and guys, I'm just going to tell you there's a big disclaimer up here, but to me, the two most important lines are these last two lines. So I like to read them out loud. That's never borrow money to get involved with any business or market. Never invest money you can't afford to lose. Everything like this is kind of risky. Okay, but the one thing that I can tell you is the Forex market is also one of the highest liquidity markets in the world. In fact, they say it's the most liquid market in the world. It's accessible 24 hours a day, but just 5 days a week. You can get high levels of leverage. Now we use 1 to 500. So there are companies out there that stretch it as high as 1 to 2,000. We only do 1 to 500. And the way we do it is we have a team of guys that actually will trade. And then we have a team of people that actually made the bot and do the education. And so those people are, you can see who they are. Bryce Vandenbush is actually the founding member of this. He's the one that put it all together. And then he brought in Joseph, who was the vice president of another company that actually went under, but he brought him in because he could learn from his mistakes. And then he brought in Mark Owen and Sadiq Mood. This guy is actually the managing director and head trader of Trade and Train out of the UK. You can look him up. This guy is actually the founder and leader of a company called Invest Tribe. You can also look that up, investtribe.com. You can see who he is. He's a very big, well-known person. And then you got Stefan Burkhardt, who's our head trader. And he's also the CTO, the Chief Trading Officer of Spring Techno out of Germany. You can also look these companies up and you can see everything about them. Like they're very real people. You'll see videos of them. You'll see pictures of them. You'll see them talking about Verse. I mean, we know they're real, they're not just fake people that they put out in front of the company that we've seen in the past. The other side is, what do? We offer two services. Okay. We offer the Verse Club. Okay. And so you guys know Mark Owen and Sadiq. They're the two guys that actually teach the Verse Club. And this is a product that they've been working on. They'll be finishing this up here in the next week or so, and that'll be in the back office really quick. And then your Verse AI, this is something brand new. They have an AI that they worked on with Mark, put this together. It helps manage the stop loss and the risk and so on and so forth. And it also does involve some manual input and trading on behalf of the person running the bot. So we kind of have the best of the systems out there. We have a live person who's very gifted as a trader. And then we have somebody that's also running this bot in the form that has that type of knowledge, which is kind of unique because most people just plug into a bot, it trades for you. And then when it goes wrong, and you don't know how to bail yourself out. So we don't have that problem. The company itself, they make money from 4 different methods. They make money from financial trading on their own. They have their own account. When they sell any of their software licenses, they immediately take at least 60% of the income, put it in their own account, and they trade for it the whole time. They share some of those profits with us throughout. We'll talk about that. They also have the education service. Then they have partners like us who are out promoting it. We have, guys, as I said, we have really 2 products, your Verse Club and your Verse AI. We also have something right now called passive rewards. Now, I want to tell you up front, just like the owner told us when we did this, that passive rewards will only be here for the first 2 years. And they will only go to the people that join within the first 2 years. After the first 2 years, these two products on the right, the Verse AI and Verse Club, they'll actually change up pricing and structure and so on and so forth. And we'll change the comp plan for all new people that are joining, because they won't earn these passive rewards. They'll have to earn it just from the product sales. But those product sales and the profit that comes off of them will continue to pay the people that joined in the first 2 years passive rewards. Now, I really like this because if you've ever worked in anything as passive rewards, you know, after a certain amount of time, when people are compounding and so on and so forth, it gets really hard to catch up with this. Well, that prohibits that. So it increases the longevity and the opportunity of the company. The other thing I like is the passive rewards and the caps that they put on this. So what they do a little bit different than anybody else is they don't guarantee you a flat rate. Okay. They actually give you a passive reward of up to 0.75% per day, or up to 3.75% per week, or up to 15% a month. But when they do that, this is how it basically works. You get $50, you'll earn 125% back, all the way up to 10,000, which pays 300% back. In order for 10,000 to turn into 300% at 15% a month, it takes 20 months. That means it takes a little less than 7 months to get your actual capital out. But here's something that you guys are also going to like. Your capital here is not locked. However, whenever you deposit money into and buy a license, what they're doing is they take 40%, they pay that out in commission, 60% goes into their trading account, because that's the profit on their thing. They're trading that. They share those profits with us through this passive reward system. But the reality of it is, you know, you need to be able to get this out. What I like about this is this money's not locked. If you decide you wanted to quit today, you could take out 60%. You're going to lose 40% because it was paid out to commissions, but you could cancel anytime and take out the 6,000 plus whatever you've earned per month if you've been in like 2 or 3 months. So it's kind of nice in that aspect. They don't lock your funds in. You know, again, by purchasing the $10,000 pack, the other thing you get on the AI is you have the option to connect this robot directly to your own personal trading account. Now, they did say right here with our partner broker, but they've changed this. You can actually connect it to any broker as long as it has the right technology that will connect with them. So that's something that's also pretty awesome. And again, by buying the $10,000 package, you also get access to the training and the Verse Club, where you can learn everything about the financial markets. Starting here, very simple, guys. You register, then you make a deposit. I'll show you how to do this in a minute. Then you choose your package, and then you just basically enjoy the rewards program. It's a very simple deal. We are not a classical company or traditional company, guys, where we do the advertising. We're using you for those. That's why we share our profits with you guys. Our marketing plan, it pays very healthy. We've got a direct bonus, a team bonus, a matching bonus, the renewal bonus, even the career bonus that you can actually earn money on. So let's talk about that a little bit. Your direct bonus is one of the most lucrative I've seen. It's actually quite lucrative because it goes all the way from 4 all the way to 23%. Now, what's it take to climb these ranks? That's this little number across the bottom. So it's actually quite easy, and I'll show you in a second. But 4%, $0, you start out as a starter. Beginner, you become a beginner at $50, at $100 you become a distributor. You're still at 4% on those three. But when you hit 250, you become a consultant. It moves up to 5. At 500, you become a trainer. It goes to 6, and so on and so forth as you move all the way up the ladder. When you have 50 million in your entire structure between you and your team, you become a president director, and that's where the real money is. Okay, now let's talk about direct bonus. Direct bonus is something that's very lucrative because it entitles you to overrides on your team. So let's say that you come in, you work your butt off, you become a president director, you're earning 23%. Your first guy that joined with you, he also worked his butt off, worked his way up to president, getting 21%. You're going to get a 2% override on his entire team. This person became a regional director, so they got 7% difference. You're going to make a 7% override on his entire team. And this person's at 16. He's got a manager. He'll make 6 on this entire team. And this is how it works all the way down throughout the structure, guys. And then you also have what I like to call team bonus. Now, this one, for guys like me who can really sponsor a lot of people, this is probably the most lucrative slide in the business, because it does, you know, we're using 3 legs in this scenario, but in reality, you can be as wide as you want to be. You could have 100 legs wide if you want. Okay. I think I have like 14 or 16 right now. And what's cool about it is they only eliminate your strongest legs. Your strongest leg would be eliminated. They add all the other legs together. If it's 1, 2, or if it's 100, it doesn't matter. They add them all together. They take them the times 10%, and that would be your monthly commission. So right now you only got 2 legs showing, $4,000. But what if you had, another 10 legs over here at 4,500 bucks a piece? That's another, what is that, 450,000 that you'd add into your thing. Take that times 10,000. You're making a lot of money. It ain't chump change anymore. It becomes real money. And that's what's nice about it. So if you never want to stop building in this, you want to build as wide as you can and then let it build down the whole 10 levels for you. So when you come in for $50, you get 1 level of overrides, matching bonus, okay, 5%. At $100, you get 2 levels. That's going to give you 4%, okay? At $250, you get 3 levels, and then so on and so forth, all the way up to $10K, which pay you all 10 levels. You make commissions just like this across the bottom on all 10 levels. You also have something here, which I think is really great, and this is what we call the renewal bonus. So this actually, every time you make 5X on your 10K package, you got to buy a new package. So you basically take 40,000, drop it in your bank account, take 10,000, buy a new package, and then just keep going. And you do that over and over and over as many times as you want. We also have a career bonus. So as you start to build and you get some volume in your legs, you can start to earn some freebies. So we have iPads and iPhones. If you have 125,000 in your one strong leg, 125,000 in your other leg, then you're going to get a nice little free bonus of an iPad or an iPhone. If you got 250,000 in your strong leg, 250,000 all your legs combined, you're going to earn a MacBook. And then so on and so forth, guys, all the way up to the top. If you got 25 million in your strong leg and 25 million in your other legs combined, you're going to make a $500,000 cash bonus, guys. The bonuses are very, very quick to receive too, guys. Like that's one thing that in the past I've done this where we've had these types of bonuses. Most of these companies are pretty quick. Like a bunch of us got a watch in the past one, so it was kind of nice. Everybody was walking around with free Rolex watches. It's kind of nice. You also have an earnings cap. Again, this is designed for longevity, and we'll talk about this a little bit. So, yeah, if you buy $50 package, the most you can make is $25 a day, but that's $25 a day for a minimum of 20 days a month. Okay, so it becomes really nice. You put in 50, you can make $400 a month. You put in, or actually it's a little more than that, $500 a month. You put in 100, you're going to make again about, or no, that might be a little less. I'd have to calculate that out. But this one right here, you have this right here, you're going to have $50 a month or $50 a day. 250 is going to pay 125. 10,000 will pay you $5,000 a day. And our cap, so you guys know, you can technically have 2 $10,000 a packages in the system, and you can make $10,000 a day. That's the cap, $300,000 a month. You also have all of our deposits. They're actually done, guys, in USDT on the Tron network. We do have MasterCards and Visa, but those are only available in Europe right now. They are trying to expand to other markets and so on and so forth with the credit card deposits. And our withdrawals are processed really fast, guys, within 24 hours. But technically, I haven't seen anybody not get paid within 4 hours so far. It's been very, very fast. We don't have any deposit, transfer, or withdrawal fees whatsoever, okay? When you guys fund your wallet, you're going to basically send that money into your deposit wallet. Okay, you're going to send that in. Then your transfer wallet, that's where you can transfer between members, and your cash wallets where you can take your money out for withdrawals. Now, that's really all I have, but I want to come over here, guys. Let me get over here to Verse. Okay, so in Verse right here, this is my actual account. And you can see this is a relatively new company to us. We started this out. I made 1,750 bucks already. I've taken out most of that. We got 103 here. I'm almost a team manager right here, and you can actually see on your career, like I've hit all of these little things so far, and now I'm just working on getting the last little bit so I can actually get here. I got to get 12,500 in one leg. Once that happens with my other legs, I've already got the 12,500. I'll be a team manager, and then I'll be working over here, to do the same thing, because I've actually got the 25,000 in one leg, but I'm stuck on this other side still with 6,950. I got to get this one team to ramp up. And the same thing here, I got the 50, but I got to get it to ramp up. So once we start really working on this, guys, we're going to have some volume. So I'm really excited about this. It's a very simple, you can actually check out your packs. You can see your earnings happening every single day. These percentages, they fluctuate. They're never constant. You can actually watch our trading account too on MT4. So, so you can actually see it live. Your network, you can actually see as we start to do this, like I was telling you earlier, mine is wider. But if I actually start doing this, you'll start to see that I have some pretty big teams in certain areas. So like some of my teams have already taken off very, very well. Let me just open these up some so you can see. And then some of the others haven't. But guys, I try to do these meetings with my team at least once a day. So if you guys are coming in, I'm going to be here to help, do meetings. You just bring people to the meetings and so on and so forth, and we can just keep growing. But these things don't stop. I mean, there's some of these here that just going way down. Let's see. I mean, there's a lot of people, guys, in this system. When I make it smaller, you're going to see how many we got in here. And this just happened literally over less than a two-week period. We're just starting to put this together, and we started out with just leaders because that's really what we were after. We wanted to get a bunch of leaders in, get them in the systems, train them, teach them so they knew how to do everything. And then we went ahead and started to build.
Aren't you going the wrong way?
No, watch, because like this has to go down. So as you start to look at this right here, and you'll start to see like there'll be some little dots in here. What I'm really trying to do is go left or right and click all these little dots. So like there's a bunch of them. I have a bunch more legs that I have to get into, and I got to expand them. But yeah, there's like this team has started to already really take off, guys. Like look at this, and there's a lot more still to open. We've already really started to take off and get some pretty decent sized people. Let's see, we got 354 people in our matrix, and I only have 14 directs. Okay, that's all I put in was 14 people so far, and we're really starting to generate, some business there now. What kind of questions do you guys got for me though? Let's talk about that. You guys want to unmute, come out, ask questions? I'm happy.
I got a question for you. There's a couple other opportunities that I was looking at that were Forex trading, automated. One of them's even got a broker in Canada, but they're not allowing Canadians in it.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering what you're doing differently to, don't take it the wrong way, but to allow Canadians or Americans, and is it a global opportunity?
Well, it is actually right now global, but here's the thing. I'm an American, but I don't live in the United States, and I don't really think they do the US. I don't think they're in the drop down, but I will tell you this. Canada and US laws are very similar. They're very tough. Darren and I talk about this all the time. And I will tell you that the one thing that they are doing a little bit different is you're buying a license here. When you buy the license, that's company profit. They're not trading for you. They're trading their own profit. They're sharing it with you because they choose to, and they're only sharing it with people for the first 2 years. They're not sharing it with people for a lifetime in the passive side. That's the other thing I like about it, because by the time most of these companies end up on the map and have some decent size where SEC or somebody wants to go after them, it's usually around 2.5 years in. These guys don't want to do passive income even past 2 years. They only want to pay passive income to the people that get in the first 2 years and help to build a business. Then they want to flip it to a traditional model and have a brick and mortar business where they got a bunch of licensees using their bots, and then from the profits of that, the people that help build the business the first 2 years would still get passive profits, but nobody else would. They just get a one-off commission. So it's a different plan, like what they're trying to do. So I like what it is. Does it mean it's less risky? No, there's risk to this. I'm just going to tell you up front, there's risk to this. But I'll tell you flat out, Paul, the guy that I joined this, reason I joined it was Paul. And Paul, every time he joins something, it's around 2 or 3 years. He's really good about getting programs that last, programs that want to stay off the radar. These guys are pretty committed to doing it right. The people that they brought in to do the trades, they're not some nobodies that just popped up in a company that don't have any online presence. If you look up their traders, I mean, like, look, guys, this is one of the biggest things to me. When you see a company that's really trying to do it right, is they have people that are actually with them. That are with them that do actually have licenses. And so like when their payouts are coming, even from what they're doing, let me get this right. I got the wrong.
Well, you missed a T.
No, it's like this. It'll pop in there. Oh, that's why it's in investtribe.net. So if you actually look at this and you meet the team, it shows you right who they are. And you can look up every single one of these people, their LinkedIn, everything. They're all real people. In fact, if you look up his profile, you see all these people hanging out together because they're really real people. And this guy, if you just Google him, he's all over the place. He's got license, he's got everything. He's not just some little tiny dude that's been trading. He actually has a background. And the same thing with Mark. And that's what I really like. Like, they're not, a lot of these companies, they just put people, you know, in places that don't have anything. This guy's got presence. You know, you can look him up. You can look up his LinkedIn. You can talk to him. He's got a presence online. He's not just some small guy. And he also has.
Just out of curiosity, sorry to interrupt. Did any of these guys ever come on like a global Zoom or anything to come and talk to teams?
Yeah, actually, you know, here's what's really cool. Actually, let me just show you.
They've done interviews as well directly with the owners of the company, like, and they've circulated that through the whole network as well. So that's good.
Yeah, look, this is Bryce's Facebook, you know, page. So you guys know Bryce was actually in my downline about 9 years ago. I know who he was, but I don't really know him. But when you look, like, here's Bryce and his partner. This is, you know, Sadiq Mood right here. Okay. And if you actually watch, like, you'll see them in here, like, doing different things. Like, he was doing an event here, and the trader actually was at the meeting. He was actually there and spoke. So, yeah, it's not like some of the other companies where they got these fictitious people, you know, and this is with Mark Owen right here, him and Mark meeting, you know, and then, you know, like, again, Mark's on meetings. There's Stefan, our trader. You know, he's flying around and meeting them. Like, literally, when I first joined this, Paul put me on the call with Bryce. I recognized Bryce. We had a good conversation. And I asked him, you know, like, introduce me to some of your traders. He goes, oh, I'm flying out to go meet some of them. I'll call you, and so on and so forth. So I got a chance to talk to a couple of them. You know, it was kind of nice to have a chance to chat with them. But Bryce is well known. He's been in this space for 15 years, guys. He's not trying to disappear. He's been in other companies that disappeared. And he didn't like the experience. He learned from those people's experiences and what they did, and he decided he wanted to do something and make it real. And so he started digging in on how he could do it. I like what he's done. Is it perfect by any means? No, it's not. Can we make some money here? What could it last? Yeah, it could last. We have some great opportunity here. But your money is one thing I can promise you, it's not locked. If you want to pull it out at any point in time, yeah, you're going to lose 40%. But if you've been here 3 months, and you've made your passive income for 3 months, well, then you're already in profit. Then you can pull it out, walk away.
And, you know, right now it's actually been pretty consistent. Like, you know, Ari and I both got the 10K packs, and it's roughly around $50 for every day of trading. You know, sometimes it might be 46, sometimes it's 58, but it's been pretty consistent, right around $50 per day. Now there's 20 days of trading in each month, right? So, you know, obviously the Forex market closes on the weekends, so you've got 20 days of trading. So, you know, and it's been consistent. So, you know, I'm excited about it. I think that we got a good solid group of people, really good, strong leaders, and the traders actually have history. And quite honestly, this is the very first time that I've seen a company that goes right into their MyFX book and show their history, like the whole history of their trades. And I've never had that happen before. I've never seen any company that is in network marketing that does this type of offer that actually shows their live account with their trades. This is the very first time, you know, and that's significant.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty religious guys. Let me see if I can find this, but oh, actually, I think it's in Telegram. Hold up a second. I want to show you guys. They actually give you the MT4 credentials, like right out of the gate, and say, just watch, because they want people to see it. You know, they're very transparent in it. Let me see if I can find this. Oh yeah, right here. So here, check it out. So they have a Telegram channel that comes and announces everything. So this is their Telegram right here. And literally, like you can see right here, this is their whole thing. It gives you the trading form, the login, the server, everything right here. So you can actually just see it. And you can also see, this is Stephen Burkhardt, where they were in the room together and he was just doing a meeting. But that's actually a video, guys. We can get the video to this. You are right there. There's the video. So you can also add the video with Sadiq Mood right on their YouTube channel. All these things are here. They're very transparent on everything. Bryce tries to keep everything visible so you guys can see it at all times.
Or why don't you take those 2 interviews and just drop them in the chat box there so people can actually see directly from traders? That would be great.
Oh yeah, I'll send them in there. No problem.
Yeah, I got the MT4 up on mine. I put it into my phone so I can check it every once in a while. It's actually, yeah, you get to actually see the live trades, including the floating trades, the trades that are currently open and not closed. So
like right down in the center of the screen, guys, there's a little tiny icon that says chat. There's the if you click on that, you can copy those and then take them off onto another file or whatever and watch those later. But you can tell just from hearing the conversation between people whether or not they know what they're doing, quite honestly. There's a lot to be said about an interview when you can sort of get into the psyche of the person that's talking, and they know what they're doing. These guys, they're very, very good.
Yep.
I was actually involved in one of the meetings that you guys had with Bryce, and they were grilling him, and he took it in stride, no problem. He he was very honest, very transparent. I did like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of a stickler, man. Like I typically will grill the people pretty hard. Darren too. We just want to make sure that we're protecting our people. That's a real big deal to us. And like, if Darren and I are a little bit different than most people, a lot of leaders will just get you into something goes wrong, they kind of disappear. We're a little front and center type people. If something goes wrong, we typically will know about it before anybody because we're always watching everything, and we will tell our team. That's just how we are. We're very big on it. We don't hide from it. If you got issues or anything, we want to be the ones to help you get it solved. I have a good relationship with Paul. Darren has a good relationship now with Paul. All of my leaders, they're all directly connected to them. We need help or support, we get it immediately. We have our own support guys, so anything that we need, we pretty much got it carte blanche here.
Yeah, and just to reiterate on that about the transparency is that I've been in a lot of different companies over the course of the years, and what a lot of companies will do is they have a front of what they're doing, but there's some sort of magic black box back here that's producing these returns, right? And it doesn't exist, right? It just flat out does not exist. So they create this illusion like, oh, we're in real estate, we're doing this, we're doing forex trading, we're doing crypto, and it's all smoke and mirrors. If the company will not show you where this black box thing is producing the revenues, it doesn't exist. It's fact, right? So people get all wound up in the hype and oh, we're making money, don't worry about it, oh, I'm making money. We don't do that. Ari and I will not do that. Okay. So we want to know that the company's actually doing what they say that they're doing, period.
Yep.
And the fact that they have complete transparency where you can actually watch their trades, right? And they're going to be actually doing education as well, where you can either take the signals, you can hook up the bot to your own personal account so you control your own funds. And you participate in profit share. So in other words, if let's say that you got like $100,000 or $250,000 and you want to make that money grow, you can look at and analyze their track record. You can take their bot and connect it directly to your own brokerage account where you control the funds, but it's a 70-30 split. So you keep 70, the traders get a 30% profit at the end of the month, every month, right? So I'm in other deals, investment programs where it's a 60-40 split or a 50-50 split. But when you have people that have a significant track record and they got huge results and they're like really gaining big time, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with you know, for somebody to get to that level of skill, it takes a lot of work. And I can tell you that both the stock market and Forex market and the crypto market for trading, this high stress, like you really got to know what you're doing to be able to make those type of gains. And so I've got no problem doing a profit split myself, you know. So that's something to keep in mind too. Transparency, and you can actually have funds in your own personal trading account where you connect and it mirror trades. So whatever they're doing over here, it's going to mirror over in your personal account. So you're going to be making the same type of profits.
Now, Becky asked a question though. Becky asked, do they have any plans, future plans to compound earnings? They're actually using 1 to 500 leverage right now, and they do compound. Whenever we don't have, like if we don't have like large payouts, they just let it ride. But every day you'll see like a small withdrawal. You'll see them actually take out because, you know, we don't have a ton of people right now. They're paying out the commissions. But as that grows, then, you know, and that account grows, you're going to see more commissions coming out. And yeah, they compound anything that's left over in there automatically. So that's really a plus, because you see that account some days making some really good strides. You know, I think this month they've done like 17 or 18% already, which is not bad.
One of the things to remember here, everyone, is that this platform is about, what, 30 days in. It literally just launched in May of 2023. So they're just over 30 days in. So that's why, you know, we've got the, you know, the education side of it. It's not even complete and up and running yet. So they're still rolling things out. So it's kind of nice being really early on something like this, you know, if you get the opportunity to. So
yeah, if you're ahead of the pack, man, and you're one of the first people in, obviously we typically make the most money. That's why Darren and I take a risk, but we also like to take risk on it also, because when it's something's new, you have a chance where you can kind of have some input and mold it a little bit to make sure that we're getting everything that we want out of the deal. So Darren and I have done that. We've had some multiple conversations with Bryce. We have multiple conversations with Paul, you know, about trying to make a few little changes here and there. And some of those things have been well received. They're changing them. There are also some other things that they're actually looking at that we suggested that might be coming to the platform. So we're excited about that. Bryce is not closed off. He's very open-minded. He really wants this platform to go. Like, I've had private conversations with him. He doesn't want anything, you know, to drop out too fast. He wants to get past that 2-year mark so he can flip the company to something more traditional, like I talked about earlier, so we don't have passive income just continuing to grow for people, but it's capped at just those people in the first 2 years that got here. And I agree with that. I mean, if you think about it, the first 2 years are really what it takes to set up a company, to bring customers, to bring all the base in. You know, by the time we get to 2 years, he's going to know who the builders and promoters are. He's also going to know the people who just got in and put their money in and basically were just customers they wanted to use the bot. And the reality is then he'll separate those people out, and we'll have, you know, the people who are building that have big downlines here will continue to earn. Even the people that have small downlines, they'll continue to earn. But the people that are just using the bot and they're not doing anything else, he'll probably move them to a different plan, and those people will contribute to our passive income too, on and over. And their plan will probably be lower because they're not paying for the commission side, if that makes sense, the way that we have now. So yeah, I really like the idea, the game plan. I mean, I think that could be something that could really last. And, you know, as well as I do, if you guys have ever tried a bot in the past, I mean, guys, I've tried 7 or 8 of them. And most of them, they're all on their own, you know, meaning they have no manual interaction. They just run, and they have lost me a lot of money.
Same here.
Yeah, one deal, Darren will tell you, we lost over $200,000 combined. I put in like 70K. I think you put in what, 30K in that deal, and we ended up losing all. You know, it grew it to 200,000. Then we lost that account like it went crazy. And then we had another deal where we had some bots like 10 or 20,000 that, you know, went sideways. Even one that had 50 grand in it went sideways. This one so far, I've never seen results like this. It's good, and you're watching them in real time. You know, you're seeing the money every day come in the door. You know, no losing days. You know, sure, you got losing trades, but on the average, I've seen him win every single day. I think except 2 over the last history that we saw. You know, 2 days, or maybe it was 2 months actually. Now that I think back, it was the end of last year, I think the beginning of this year, that we saw in that presentation before. Remember when Bryce showed us, guys? I think that was the only 2 losing months he ever had.
that was
And they
one of
were
the traders.
Yeah, it was just minutely losing too. It wasn't like a big loss. Like 1 month was like 1.5%. The other one was like 3%. But that's the only time they had lost. They have 6 years of back data on all the testing and stuff that they did. So they have all that data that they really, use to actually make this bot successful. And like traders like us, look, I've seen a lot of these companies that come out. Oh, we got a great trader. He never loses. He never has a losing trade. That's just garbage. That's not real. Everyone loses, even the best of the best. The hedge fund brokers that got billions of dollars they're trading, they lose in trades. Okay,
Yeah.
it's natural. So you got to have losses. Anytime you see somebody that's all wins, that's hocus pocus. If you have somebody that's his numbers constantly change, meaning he enters them into the system on MT4 and then an hour later they're completely different, there's something hokey going on there. We don't have any of those issues. What is reported the first time is the trade. It's live. You can't hide it. That's what I like about it. So it's not like you're just watching a link that's the past trades. It's a live link. You're watching it all.
The other thing is that, what I typically look for is that in the event that there's, a company that either has too much hype, or they're claiming that they have like 40, 50, 60% in a month, I typically stay away from that because it's normally complete BS, right? So, I feel more comfortable anyway with a lower risk zone, and at 10% in a month, that's amazing. You know what I mean? Like, that's great. So I just think that if you're in at that, and it's you're compounding that or whatever, it's phenomenal. So
Yep. Yeah, 100% agree.
Yeah, pretty much everybody on this call came from another platform, Forex. So everybody does have experience with the Forex here. And, we've seen a lot of the same things that you guys are talking about. And so we do have some experience with it. So.
Yeah, I mean, guys, if you've done Forex before, you already know. I mean, Darren will tell you, for the first, guys, I've been in this space literally since I was 18 years old. I was 3 months before my 19th birthday when I joined A.O. Williams. That was the first deal I ever joined. By the time I was 21, I'd made $1 million in A.O. Williams. And I never looked back in network marketing. Sure, I got out a little bit. I took some time off. I started a mortgage business that grew into 41 states. And, that took about 6 years of my life. But even then I still did network marketing on the side. I've always done it. I've never really went completely away from it. And I was one of the very first people that got into internet marketing. I started marketing almost 20 years ago when the internet first began online. I started doing cost per acquisition advertising. I made a lot of money in that space, not just, selling things, but also generating leads and selling leads to companies and peoples and things like that. That's how I made my living for many years. Even in my mortgage business, we used to buy from Lending Tree. They were doing cost per acquisition to generate their own leads. I learned how they were doing it. I started doing it for my mortgage office. And eventually we sold leads to all 41 different branches of our mortgage office. So like the lead side of it, all those things, guys, we have a lot of experience in that. We can teach you some of this. We can help you guys generate leads. I mean, we have an organic formula we created for Facebook that's inside our underground Black Ops underground marketing deal, that literally we have over 4,000 people go through our training. Over 90% of the people went on to succeed. Some of the people are the biggest names in the internet marketing space today and made more money than even Darren and I. But it's the education component that got them where they were, allowed them to leapfrog where they're at. That's the other thing that we do, guys. Every week, we will be building something out so you guys know, like a back office that has a whole portal. There'll be a small cost, but we're going to keep it under $20 a month to get access to that. But we also include 1 session a week of live training. We just do that for free to our team. Like, we're not here to build a short-term relationship. I think that Ryan will tell you that's why he joined us. Our vision is not just one deal, one program. Guys, like in the past, I've run multiple deals at the same time very effectively. You can't do it really good without a platform where it's organized. That's why we want to get back to that. So we actually met with our designer last night. We're meeting with them again today. They'll be building out the platform for us. And we'll be sharing that with you guys as we get going and cranking. And I'm sure you'll find a lot more stuff than just one deal back there you can make money with this on. That's really the reality of it. And, Ryan will facilitate all that and bring everything to it. The one thing that we never do, if somebody brings you to us we never allow people to bypass. You have to stay with your original sponsor. Because we have a lot of people. I mean, if you can imagine, you know, we do a lot of teaching, a lot of education, and a lot of times that brings people where they feel like, hey, I want to go direct to him. No, not with Darren or I. We don't allow it. We want you guys, the person that brought you to us, to get paid no matter what we're doing. So like we always, if you like something that somebody else doesn't like, guys, we always come back to that person and say, look, you need to get it because your people want it. And that's how we are. Like, we're very ethical. We don't want to build shady. We want to build it the right way. We want to be a team together. We want to learn together. We want to grow together. It's just different for us. You know, we've been at this long enough to know that money is not the thing that separates us from anybody else. Money's easy. Money's the easy piece of the equation. It's how you take care of your people. It's how you teach your people. It's the time you invest into them and the relationships that you build with them, because network marketing is a relationship business. People join people. They don't just join companies. I mean, I can tell you all kinds of companies that people have joined me in that in hindsight, some of them probably should have never joined because they just weren't built for some of those programs, but they loved me so much they followed me. You know, what we want to have is a community that's just a little bit different than that, a community that will lift you up and support you no matter what you're doing, whether it's with us or not without, you know. But hopefully with us, we'll grow together, guys. This is a good opportunity that we can get in. We can build some income here. You know, we don't promote companies like by name and stuff like that online. The way we teach our people, our team is kind of the ghost. You know, we talk about the pain of the industry. We do things just a little bit different. And I think you guys will like what it is. It keeps us, you know, off the radar, where some people end up on the radar because they're so arrogant the way they blast stuff online. Darren and I just don't do that. You know,
I think everybody in on this call should should recognize the synergy because we've created a group called Financial Mastery Alliance. Everybody in here is in that group, and that's exactly what it is. We do not have, nobody can post referral links, and there's no cross recruiting. Anybody caught doing that is kicked out of the group instantly. The way that you join that Financial Mastery Alliance is your line of sponsorship for forevermore type of thing in anything we introduce to it. So
100% agree.
You know, the other thing that we do when we roll something out, guys, like Ari and I typically will roll out a campaign, get some results, and then come back and share the results, or we'll roll out a strategy. The strategy will generate some type of result, and then we come back and we teach the strategy that we just did, right? So typically what I'll do right when I come out of the gate is I get some sort of result, and then I film a video with a screen share, and then I create a branded page with, you know, the video and the title and everything else and the register now. And I have my designer put some code on it. So all you have to do is put the code with your username on the end, and now that page is yours. Like, you can use that now as an automation that, you know, explains the system or takes people on a tour of the back office or whatever. And that really, really helps to get your business going, because everybody's right into traction. Like, they've got tools that they can use that where the business is being explained, the back office.
Hey guys, just want to pop on here.
Sorry guys, sorry about that.
And that you know, like the way that Ari and I